When you develop solutions for IoT, you often want to share those with your customers, colleagues, employees, whatever. Datacake allows you to do this pretty easy. We've got a members section, and in here you can invite people by simply entering an email address and selecting permissions. You can simply apply all permissions or just some basic permissions. And if you have devices in your workspace and you want to have or allow these invited members to have access to all of these devices, there's a simple option which allows you to set the permissions for all devices in your workspaces, for all current devices, and for future devices. So if you add a new device, it automatically receives the permission, or the user automatically receives the permission to access that device. But also just leave it like it is, and to show you this, the user is now being invited. So that means that this email address will now receive an email, and in that email there's a link. When the user clicks on it, he can register himself on the Datacake platform, and he is then invited into your workspace. You can see invitations here, and you can even delete these invitations. Now let's go to device. And simply we select here some of these devices, and in the device itself you have got the permissions section, which means that here in this case you can fine-tune and some permissions here and set them dynamically for each of these devices. Last but not least, also very important, in the members section you find all these API users. API users basically are just like any other user, except for that there isn't a real user behind it and you don't need an email address. Simply enter a name for your API user, select the permissions for that API user, and device permissions. When you create or save that API user, a token is being created, and you can use that token for our MQTT API, REST API, and everything else. Also, when you go into devices and select one of these devices here, let's go into permissions section. You can see the API tokens listed here as well. So that means if you want a single device not to apply for that token, just simply deselect it here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.